Let's go, big boy. All right. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna teach we're gonna do a dummy-proof way to teach any dog how to down stay. All right. So what this is gonna consist of is timing, timing of the markers, timing of the rewards, and just being clear. Don't rush it. Take it one step at a time. You don't want to rush things like this because you're ruining it for the future. So as long as your timing is good and you're not just taking too many steps to begin with, then everything is going to work itself out. So we're going to work on that right now. I'm going to move this out of the way because if I don't, he's going to want to just keep getting on that. All right, boom. So first, all right. So first have a marker. I use a clicker, but you don't have to use a clicker. Once I start telling him to actually down, then I'm going to start telling him yes. But in the beginning, I use no words because I want dogs to have the utmost confidence. I want them to think that everything is their idea, that they're in full control until I have to take over. Now, this is only in the beginning. This is only in the teaching phase that I want them to feel like this. I want them to be confident the entire time. But in the beginning, I want them to think that they're in full control. And I want their ego to play a role. So we're going to teach him to down, right? We've been working for a couple of days. So he knows how to actually go down, but he doesn't know to stay, as you can see. Okay. So the big thing, I'm glad he did that. So everything is going to be a little difficult because I'm not really used to trying to teach. So just having everything just laid out isn't going to be natural for me. So what he did was whenever he went down, he popped back up, right? If you pop up, you want to make sure you don't reward that, right? You only want to reward them for being down. For their full body being down on the ground like that, that's vital because if you start rewarding him while he's coming up, then that's what he's going to think he's getting rewarded for, right? And he'll start cheating everything. So now whenever you try to take a step, he's already been getting up the whole time. He's just going to get up anyway, right? So first step, obviously, is to teach him to down, right? As I've done with him. The next step, I call it rapid rewarding, right? So that means while he's in that position, we're going to give that position power. So when he goes down, I'm going to mark it, boom. Then I'm going to mark it again. Then I'm going to mark it again. Then I'm going to mark it again. You notice it's rapid. Mark it again, toss one out, all right? I'll toss one out around the time that I get to the last 1, 2, or 3. So I'll have a small handful. I have 5 right here, right? So I'm going to give him 3 rapids. I'm going to give him one for the initial, a rapid, a rapid, a rapid, and then a release, right? All this is going to do, like I said, is going to build power in this position right here. So it's going to make him want to stay because that's how he's been getting rewarded, right? So I'll show you the next step that we're going to do is we're going to take, it's called a half step. What that means is this is a full step. This is a half step. You're just moving one leg. You go back, you come right back. All that does, it gets them used to your legs moving and them not following you because naturally they want to go with you. See what I'm saying? So that right there, that one half step is going to lead us to a full step, to a full step and a half, to 2 steps, so on. So we're returning our back, we're able to run off, all of that, and the dog is staying still. And I'm going to kind of demonstrate. Mind you, he doesn't know how to stay. This doesn't happen in one day, but with consistency, it can happen in the next week, it can happen in the next 2 weeks. It's not going to be perfect, but you're going to have something to work with to where your dog is able to stay right there and you're able to walk off. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate with you really quick. Come here, big boy. So go boy. Boom. So have him down. Do your rapid, rapid. I'm going to do one more rapid. Take a half step. Come back. He got up. He doesn't get a treat. He got up again. Good. Take a half step. Good. There we go. Good. Okay. So that's all that means. So he's a puppy. He's distracted by the leaves, but that's also my fault. So that means that he's just not ready to stay that long. So distance and duration for me, they kind of go in hand. You can't teach him that he only has to stay there for 2 seconds, but you try to take 20 steps, right? You have to teach him to stay in that position that you're always going to come back. That's the other thing. Make sure you always come back when you reward. Because what happens is if you start rewarding out here, they're going to start moving and trying to get up. And that's not fair to them. So make sure you always come back and reward up close and personal. It's on my boot, big boy. Right here. Excuse me, my allergies are going a little crazy. Good. All right. So now I'm taking a semi full step, right? And you see he's still kind of cheating the drill. Good. So I'm gonna wait him out because where he's at when he gets rewarded is extremely important. But I'm gonna release him right there because he's about to start checking out, right? When he starts paying attention to little things that don't even matter, the leash, or he starts looking for treats, he's getting impatient, not really fair to him yet. So mind you, we've done this, haven't told him to do a single thing. I've showed him what I want, boom. I want him to go down, he gets rewarded for it, I take a step, I come back, I reward. Take a step and a half, I come back and reward. Take, what's that, 3 steps, 2 steps, I don't know, go boy, okay. And then boom. So you see that he's already staying. I haven't asked him to do a single thing. Now, before you start asking him to down, you want to make sure that he's doing this over and over and over again by himself. So like if I'm just standing here and he goes down, I'm going to mark that because now that shows me that he's paying attention. He's doing what he remembers was getting him paid, which is going to make him more likely to want to stay there in that position that's been getting him paid if he does it himself without me trying to help him, right? So when he knows that I have the treats and he wants some treats, then he's going to lay down. Boom. When he does, I'm going to mark it, right? Now that's going to build power in that position. Now I can start taking my steps, come back to him every single time. Good. And you'll also notice when I'm giving these treats, I'm coming from point A to point B. I'm not reaching out, because if I reach out, he's going to come get it, right? So if I do this every time, he's going to want to come get it. But if I wait, and I go straight to his face, just like that, he doesn't really have a chance to get up. And if he gets up, guess what? I'm going to put him right back down in that same game. That's rewarding, right? Good boy.